We're back now. The family survived the shooting. Patricia Legarreta, Jamie Rawls, and their 4-year-old daughter and 4-month-old baby son. They were at the premiere when the killer opened fire. Let's get back to our exclusive interview. Patricia, I can see that your young one there has clearly been a very long and traumatic day. Perfectly understandable that she should be a bit upset by now. Tell me again, you were talking me through what happened here. I'll start immediately. I've had a few people tweeting me to say, ask them first of all, why were they at the cinema with two such very young children? Answer that question first.
I take my kids to the movies all the time. It's something you don't expect. It was a family movie. It's even, you know, PG-13. I don't know. We just moved from New Mexico. We don't have a lot of family here. We're huge Batman fans. We wanted to go see the movie. My 4-year-old daughter just loves Batman, and we were excited. So we you know, last minute actually decided to go and get tickets and go as a family to the movies.
And once you got
also because
Jamie, let me ask you. To be honest with you, I'm not that interested in why you took your children. It's perfectly entitled to.
Yeah.
I'd rather move to what happened to you. I know that, Patricia, you were hit by a bullet. Did you realise at the time you'd been hit by a bullet?
Well, I did. I could feel the sensation. Yeah, I felt the tingling in my calf, and I remember at the time that I got hit, the young man who was next to me got hit as well, and at the same time that I, you know, screamed, I think I got hit, he at the same time screamed as well, and we both fell to the ground.
And Jamie,
I
Jamie,
got
could
hit
you?
when I was.
I want to ask Jamie, could you see the killer? Could you see him?
No, I was in the middle. I ended up on the rollover, and then I ended up crawling out, and I'm like, I'm gonna run out. I'm like, you can't run out. So I turn back and I fall up the stairs and land on my forearm, and I lay the baby down, and I'm contemplating my steps, but I find myself standing up, looking around, and I could see through the corner of my eye. My idea was, don't see him, because if you see him, he can see you. Stay low, just try to hide, and people are falling all around, like you're just hearing screaming and right next to me, and I'm still standing. I don't know why I'm not hit, but every time a bullet flashed and a sound, you just hear the sound and your ears are ringing. You're like, this one's gonna kill me. This is it.
It's absolutely horrific, and I can quite understand why you're feeling now emotional about this. You had your family there, your whole family, and potentially facing the prospect of none of you getting out of that cinema alive and going to watch a movie. When you heard, I don't know if you heard the police just now revealing some of the details of the armory that this killer had built up. 6,000 rounds of ammunition he bought on the internet, 4 weapons, including this assault rifle. What is your reaction to that? There's a huge debate going on all around America today about gun control and so on. What is your reaction to the fact that this young man was legally able in the last 2 months to obtain 4 weapons, including an assault rifle, and so much ammunition, and commit this atrocity?
It's not right. Like, I mean, yes, people are entitled to things, but how much weapons do you need? How many weapons? Like, these are destructive. They're not just handguns. They're shotguns, assault rifles, like you said, and they're just so fast at killing people. Like, you just realize how many people they can kill so fast. Because, I mean, this only took 3 minutes, and 70 shot, 10, 12 dead. It's just, these are weapons of destruction. It's horrific.
Jamie, did you think that you were going to get out alive, or did you fear that everyone was going to die in there?
No, my thought was, this is how it ends. This is how I die. This can't be the way I die. This can't be the way my son dies. He's 4 months, and this can't be the way my girlfriend dies, and our stepdaughter dies. She's 4 years, and just so many things pacing through your head. But every time see a gunshot, you see it, I see it through the corner of my eye, I see someone drop, and I'm trying to like duck, like just trying to get out of the way, and people are falling next to me, but I'm still all right, and just thinking, this is it, and I just found myself at a point where I had to do something, and it was when I was going to run down the stairs with Ethan, and I was like, he's going to see me and he's going to shoot me, and at the point at the time you don't realize it's one person. You think it's a million possibilities are going through your head. You're thinking, are they coming from the stairs? Are there more than one? Are there two? Are there three? Just shots are going off all over. And so I find myself just standing, and just my son's on the floor, and I'm looking around, and like I see the balcony because the shots had stopped for a second, and I look over to see if I can jump over because I'm on top of the balcony, and I'm contemplating in my head, like, can I jump, and can I jump with Ethan without him breaking his neck or me landing on him, and like as I turn to like find Ethan in the dark of the theater with the gas, like I'm just so disoriented, and I lose him, and then he's opened fire again, and I'm like, you gotta get Ethan. So I'm like, you gotta run back, you gotta run and find him again, and then once I'm saying, just jump, if you run back you're dead, that's it, you're done, this is it, just jump, just pray that he won't kill your 4-month-old, just pray that you don't find him. And so I jump and I run and I land, and I'm running. As I'm running, I'm looking behind me to see if people are running behind me, and I'm looking for her and for our daughter, and I don't see them, and one has telling me, just go back in, go back, like, you can't leave them in there. And it's like, well, if you go back, you're dead too, and what if our kids live and then they're orphans with no parents? And you're just thinking, like, please let them get out alive. And then I'm thinking, I don't want to live if they all die, I don't want to live if they all die. Just please, I'm praying, and I'm just praying, just please let them get out alive. And I got to my truck and I drove across to the mall, and I'm trying to call 911 and call Patricia, and it's just ringing, and every time it rings, I'm like, they're dead, your whole family's dead. They're dead. And I couldn't think, and then I got a phone call from a Colorado number, and I answered it, and thank God it was Patricia, and just telling me, I was waiting for her to tell me, like, I have asthma, do you have Ethan? And I didn't know what to tell her, and thank God she had them both, and she was only shot in the head. I was just expecting someone to be shot in the head, shot in the leg. I was just expecting someone to be dead. I didn't think any of us were getting out alive, much less all the four, so I'm just
Jamie,
thankful.
it's utterly harrowing hearing your account of this. I'm just so glad that you made it. Obviously, other people weren't so lucky, and it's been an appalling day for America. Patricia, there is one happy ending to this, and that is what happened in the hospital later on, that Jamie did something very special. Tell me about that.
We were in the hospital for about a good 10 minutes, and went to the restroom and came out, and he just looked at me and he said, I know this isn't the time or the place, and he's like, but will you marry me? And I said yes. And something like this, going through 10 minutes of thinking that he was dead and I'd never see him again, you never want that feeling again. And it's, sorry.
Well, it's been an extraordinary conversation with you both. I'm so grateful that you're alive. I'm so grateful your children are alive. I wish you all the very best with your marriage and your future lives together, lives that you weren't even sure you would have after what happened last night, and it is a scandal that this kind of thing can happen to Americans in a movie theatre, and that's got to be dealt with. But for now, thank you both very much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with more breaking news on this appalling atrocity.